What's up, everybody? I'm Jessekazam. Welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. This is another one of our lessons from Beyond the Grave, where we go through a clip from my stream where I died, and we try to break down what happened and figure out what we can learn from that situation so that we don't die in those situations next time. I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey. And if you liked the video, please consider liking the video or dropping a comment or subscribing for more content like this. Liking, commenting, subscribing, all that kind of stuff helps me out as a creator a ton. So thank you so much to those that do that. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right in. So as always, what we'll do is we'll just kind of watch the clip in its entirety, and then we'll go back and kind of break down what happened and what we could pull from this particular clip. The kind of setup here, the situation is that playing reserve with a buddy. This is decently far into the raid, and we're kind of moving through the garages here, and we see a few people. I just killed one of them, but we know that there's one further back here. This is a really hard angles to peek because you have to funnel through this hole unless you want to go outside. So we're trying to be really careful. We've got loot. We know that there's loot on the guy I killed, and we really want to clean this up. So we start to try to communicate and figure out a way to eliminate this final guy. So let's go ahead and watch the clip. I can't find him.
He's just camping in the back there. Do you want to push at the same time?
Yeah. In the back?
He's shooting at me. Peek, peek, peek.
I can't. I'm literally like, oh.
In the back middle.
I'm dead. So as always, watching that back, even me watching it back, I'm like, how did you not see that guy? What exactly was going on there? So my partner had split. He was going outside. We were trying to go for a push. Part of the context here is that at one point, this guy, we were pretty confident he was in this close right corner. So when you see I do peek through, I'm checking here and I check this corner because we heard him moving around a lot before we pushed in. So I see that the laser from the guy that I killed, there's a guy directly behind me that I killed, and his laser is kind of shooting up on the wall. That scared me for a second. We know this guy's in here somewhere. We know that for a fact. And I thought that the last known location of where I heard him was right in this corner, or moving back along this wall. So I peek in here, the laser scares me, and I push back out, and I kind of wait, and we're like, you know what? Let's push in together. At this point, I know he's back here. I know that if he was anywhere like close left, he would have shot at me when I peeked in. I know that he's not close right because I just peeked in there. So my teammate even says he's in the back. And I start asking like back, you know what I mean? And I thought for sure, I've had a bunch of fights in here, and I thought for sure he was going to be hiding in this back corner or potentially even in the next room, like through this hole and back into the next room. He is potentially retreated. We didn't hear him sprint outside, so we were pretty confident he was still in here. I knew my buddy was going to be peeking through this hole in the wall. And so when he was calling back, I thought he was going to be all the way back there. It's dark in here. And so what happens is once he says, you know, he's shooting, you see me 80 strafing back and forth. And I'm like, I can't find this guy. And of course, watching it back, we can see that he's right here and he's peeking up, and it takes me forever to notice him. And that's because where my eyes were focused and where I thought he was going to be. It's just kind of like, you're always making these guesses on where, what like the most likely place someone's going to be, especially when you're with a duo. Sometimes callouts can be, callouts can almost cause that tunnel vision, because so he's like back, and I was like, okay, well, back, how far back? And he's thinking, well, from where I am, he's towards the back, but I'm thinking he's way back behind this thing. So I start tunnel visioning back there. I'm checking here. I'm considering if I can huck a nade into that corner, and my eyes are not here where this guy is. I think there's a few things I could have done. Once I got inside, instead of running back outside, getting scared by the laser, I could have used some of this as cover, or even moved to the left here and used this truck as cover, and basically just closed the gap on the, like, where this guy could be. Because I knew my buddy was outside pushing in. So by me pushing up here, I'm like cutting off this half of the room, and we're just slowly shrinking the place that where this guy is, forcing him to make a move. But instead, I run back, and this guy kind of peeks me here. Now, the accuracy of the valves and the VSS has gotten the nerf. You can see that initial recoil jump. I'm moving from right to left, and that initial recoil jump, we can even slow this down, and you can see how I'm basically just like painting around him with bullets. The initial jump here kicks me way high. I go around him, and when I even out low, and a lot of those shots are hitting the hard cover that's in front of him, those little oil cans or whatever. And I never pull it back up a tiny bit. And so that was honestly just on me for aim. The next big thing that I did wrong there was I don't know why. And I think the kind of theme for this video is like, no matter how deep down the rabbit hole you go, simple mistakes will still get you killed. You know, this is the 12th or 15th Beyond the Grave I've done where I like try to super hardcore break down clips and learn. But at the end of the day, sometimes in the moment, you just make a simple mistake, simple bad calls, and they're going to get you killed. I definitely expected there to be better. I expected myself to have better accuracy with this spray, which I didn't. I was low. And then you see I'm right next to this wall on my left. And instead of just holding A and taking one step and then being fully behind cover, I hold D and actually go to the right towards cover, which was the absolute worst call I could have done, because now I'm giving him extra shots. I'm exposing more of my body to him, and I'm giving him extra time to kill me. I just got into that zone of just holding left click and just waiting for him to drop. But I was low. My buddy he had just got done shooting at my duo, so I don't know if he was hurt or if he was trying to like come around the corner right after. But I gave him every opportunity to kill me, and he did. And that's just one of those situations where my overconfidence in my own accuracy, my own spray, caused me to just like break down my decision making. It was kind of just like I was holding left click long enough that I knew my VSS was going to run out of ammo soon, and I was like, well, I need to get to cover. And I just made the complete wrong mistake of pushing to the right instead of to the left. So I think the main lessons here are, you know, we've talked about tunnel vision in the past, but you're always trying to keep your eyes all over the place. Now, at the end of the day, I died. It's just Tarkov. You know, we can't take it too seriously. I hope that even in these videos where I'm like super hardcore breaking it down, I don't really care. At the end of the day, I was like, you know what, whatever. We're learning, we're getting better. A death is okay. But if we had to pull some information from this, it's just that like that tunnel vision can always get you. If you think an enemy's one place, you still have to be scanning the other areas, or get into a position where you're less concerned about that. Because I knew there was no one left, and because I cleared right, and because I did make the decision to push back through, I can adapt like we talked about in the last video, and I could have gone outside to my left and actually come in these left two places, or peeked in here, and I actually would have gotten a complete side angle on this guy. There's definitely potential for crossfire of my teammate depending on how far he had pushed in, but that would have been another play. It would have been a more adaptable play. I've cleared this side. Let me get another sight line. But at the end of the day, this was just my overconfidence in my own ability to aim, the gun's accuracy. We ended up just peppering bullets around him, and then I wasn't able to make that quick enough decision. And this happens a lot of time. If I feel like I've made the right play, it's like, oh, I see him, I'm shooting at him, he should be dead. I don't really react. I just end up standing there and waiting for them to die, as opposed to being like, well, I should dip behind cover. So simple mistakes. At the end of the day, no matter how much time we play the game, no matter how many times we break it down, sometimes it comes back to the basics of just like the super simple, make sure you know where you're aiming, make sure you know where your hard cover is, make sure you're not exposing yourself for too long, and make sure that you can adapt and move away into that cover. Even if you feel like you should have killed them in that moment, always know that you could just move to cover, reset the engagement. If I had just taken one step to the left, I would have gotten behind this cover, and then my partner would have pushed right in and eliminated this guy, no problem. As soon as I died, my partner ended up taking this guy out and then extracting with not only the loot we had gotten from previous engagements, but the dead guy on the left and this guy. So at the end of the day, simple things still matter. No matter how deep you go, it all comes back down to the basics. So hopefully this engagement, maybe you've encountered certain things like this, but hopefully this engagement and then the videos like this help teach you how to break down your own gameplay. And maybe you just run into the same situations that I run into, and this helps you kind of like figure out new strategies and new things to do so that you can have more fun in your raids in Escape from Tarkov. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to check out this video. If I missed anything, or if there's anything you wanted to add to like this situation or this conversation, please drop a comment down below. And like we said before, like the video if you liked it or think about subscribing for more content like this. I'm always trying to create content that helps shorten the learning curve of Tarkov and gets you and your raids having fun as soon as possible. Like we said before, I do stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. We also have an awesome Discord that we've passed 3,000 people. We've got Tarkov veterans. We've got brand new players everywhere in between. If you're looking for people to run raids with, if you're looking for help with quests or ask questions or anything like that, the Discord is an awesome place to be. That link is down below as well. Thank you again so much for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.